Here with Urijah Faber, UFC 221. Surprised not to see Jean-Claude Van Damme making his way down to Perth to walk Ishihara out in the corner. Did things get close, Urijah? Was he going to be a part of the corner for this one?
Not for this one, no. We love having JVC in the gym, but he's a busy guy. We can't expect him to come all the way out here.
Obviously, we all know what happened with him accidentally kicking Kody in the face. But we're wondering, have there been any other legends you guys are considering bringing in the gym, maybe running some classes? Anybody who's in talks with right now?
You know, I had Alan Musasi, was it Mosi, I think is what it is. He's the star of the kickboxer, and he actually came and showed some awesome stuff as well. He's, he's the star of that show and does some incredible kicks and some really cool different styles. So we're always looking to learn.
Anyone on the wish list?
Wish list, wow. There's quite a few. I have to get back to you on that one. I'll put it together.
Send me a text message after the interview. Well, it's exciting down here. Obviously, first we have to touch on Ishihara. Unfortunately, a very close fight. He went down in this one. What was your thought on it? Obviously, some interesting scoring there from the judges.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one person at 30-27. He got a knockdown and a takedown in the second round. So I was pretty shocked by that. You know, when you're watching your own guys, you're always, internalizing and giving them credit for things. So I thought, he could have eked it out, but it was a very close fight. He had a tough opponent. He dropped him in 2 rounds. So, I don't know what the judges, are looking for exactly, but he could have used a little more output, I guess.
What do you think about the whole experience? Obviously, you're there, cornering him and helping him, and being so early in the morning. It's 8 a.m. here. Well, I think 9, but 8 a.m. when he was fighting. What was that experience like?
It's kind of a trip. I mean, I think I'll look forward to being out on the beach for the rest of the day because it gets dark late around here, and we'll definitely make the best of a day. Job is done in the morning and have the rest of the day to chill. I kind of like it. I was up at 5 a.m.
Just looking at some of the other things that have been going on, obviously everybody knows UFC 222. It almost happened that Kody Garber and TJ Dillashaw were going to fight for the rematch. Ultimately, it didn't come through. What were your thoughts on that and how it ultimately came apart in the end?
Yeah, Kody just texted me, and he was.
What did he say?
Yeah, he just said, "Hey, where are you?" Because I was a little bit late to jiu-jitsu practice. And I said, I'm on my way. And he's like, it's go time, we're fighting. And I'm like, what? I thought he was joking. And he said, yeah, 4 weeks fighting TJ. And I'm like, what? So rolled to the gym. We got a hard workout in. And I thought it was a go. 2 different times Kody told me it was a go. And I guess not. So not for today.
Would that have been enough time to prepare? Obviously, we know how the first fight went. Do you think that would have been enough time for Kody to sort of get a proper camp in, be fully prepared? And as someone that sort of he looks up to, were you sort of okay with that decision of him taking such a big fight on such short notice?
I mean, it wouldn't be ideal, I don't think. But the key was that Kody went on vacation to Thailand, and all he did the whole time was train. Which is a good sign. When a guy goes on vacation after a tough loss and all he's doing is training, that means he's in the right spot mentally. So when he came back, we're grinding in the gym. He's back on the grind. He's eyes on the prize and all that good stuff. So he didn't really skip a beat from the fight. So it would have been okay.
What do you think about people talking about how TJ Dillashaw challenging Demetrius Johnson sort of holds up the division a little bit? Are you a fan of this fight coming together? Do you think these guys should fight each other?
Yeah, I think, TJ was, for the longest time, was having a lot of trouble putting weight on. He was 143 when he was first at the gym, and it was a struggle to get bigger. And we had talked about going down to 25s for a long time. So I'm interested to see it, I guess. But, I mean, I'm more interested in the 135-pound division as a whole. I would rather see him up defending or, of course, like to see Kody get that rematch or some of the other guys that are up and coming in the division. But, it's always good to see these super fights. As far as ratings go, TJ and DJ are some of the smallest ratings. So I don't know if it's going to be a big banger of the ticket sales and pay-per-views and stuff like that. But as an MMA fan, I love to see 2 guys that are the best in the world go at it.
Who would you lean towards in a fight like that?
I would probably lean towards TJ, just because I remember what happened with Dominic Cruz when he fought DJ, and there was a little bit of wrestling involved. TJ's actually a Division I wrestler, very good wrestler, and I think he's. I mean, it'd be a close fight, absolutely. It could go either way, but and I've also fought TJ a bunch, so I have a little insight on that. So I just think, my insight tells me that he would get the win.
What do you think about, obviously you've been on our show many times, and one of the things you always say is that you've never turned down a fight. The fact that UFC 222 didn't happen, TJ cited, the fact that he just had his first kid. Do you think that's one of the rare instances where a fighter is allowed to sort of say, look, I'm not going to take this one because I've just got my kid now?
I mean, people can say no to whatever they want. I think absolutely he's entitled to say no. You're not required to fight necessarily, and I'm sure it's a very exciting time having a baby. Congratulations to you guys. I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger's little story of when his father passed away and his mom wanted him to come back to the funeral, and he just was busy focused on what he wanted to do, and nothing was going to get in his way. So it's different strokes for different folks. Just it is what it is.
Do you think there'll be a California kid at some point in your future, Uriah?
California kid?
Yeah.
I'm sure, absolutely. I mean, that's one of my goals, is to have a family. So I've been taking my time, just got the fight career out of the way, and I can start thinking about that kind of stuff now.
I feel like you're keeping it open, though, because yesterday at the Q&A, everybody's asking, are you going to come out of retirement? I feel like every interview that you do, someone always asks you that, and I feel like you're keeping your options open. You're saying, well, if there was a right offer, and if I got maybe the right sum, and you're sort of keeping that open. Is it for a reason?
I mean, look, I spent a lot of time getting really great at fighting, and I'm able-bodied and healthy. I train just as much or more than some of the guys that are active, but I mean, it's not my goal necessarily. It's just the habits that I've created in my life. I would say I'm always open to entertain any business opportunity and offer, and I love to do things I love to do, so I'm not going to cut anything out. I still get tested from USADA just because I've never taken drugs in my life, so I don't really care about that.
What about the 6 a.m. wake-ups? Then they come to your house at like 6 in the morning. Isn't it easy to just to say, look, I'm done?
It's well worth it. The difference is if there was a big opportunity and someone wanted you to fight and it sounds like a good idea, I wouldn't want to wait 4 months to get cleared when I'm not doing drugs anyways. So I'll take one for the team on a 6 a.m. wake-up call. I've got it down pat anyways. I pretty much sleep through the whole thing, aside from when I'm given the urine sample.
And just to follow up on that, is there any big opportunities that you see? You say obviously you're keeping this open just in case there was a big opportunity. What would an opportunity take for you to come out of retirement?
Not necessarily. I don't see any big opportunities. I mean, but you never know with these guys. Like I said, I've gotten some crazy calls throughout the years, and I've always.
Any recently?
No. The most recent was when Nate got the call for Connor. I actually had a rib injury. It was 2 weeks' notice. I was going to go up to 55, so I was a 35-pounder, and I was like, all right, let's do it. But you never know when that kind of stuff happens.
On that note, are you sick of being asked about a potential fight with TJ Dillashaw?
I don't mind people asking about it, but 4 times in a row in the same Q&A was a little much. I mean, that was pretty funny. One guy asked it, and they each acted like it was their own independent question. I'm like, did you not hear the other guy just ask that? So it is what it is.
Did you get a snag from Bunnings after all?
I have not get a snag from Bunnings yet, but maybe
after the fight.
Now that the fight's
Sunday
over.
is the right time to get one.
Okay, there it is. Sunday.